Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Digital Toolbox Podcast. My name is Emmanuel Tejada. I am your host. I own a digital marketing agency called Landscape Maverick. And today we have a special guest for you guys. Very, very special guest. We have Edward from Mainstream Landscaping. Let's go. What's
Yes.
up, man? Introduce yourself, man. For somebody who doesn't know who you are.
Yeah, man, I'm the best that ever did it. Lean back and rock with it. You know what I mean? Real life vibration, energy, and positive mindset. Really grinding from the struggle and, trying to empower, anybody who wants it, people of color, I favor just to keep it real with you only because, that's what I come from and I face those struggles and it's nothing against anybody else. It's just the point of, systematic injustice, but we don't want to start there and we don't want to get that deep that quick. You know what I mean? So, I'm here to help the people grow. That's what it is.
Let's go, dude. And I love that, man, because you're one of the realest guys in landscaping, bro. I gotta give it to you. Like you're real. Your content is real. We came onto the podcast. We talked for like 5 minutes, and I was like, "Yeah, bro, this guy's the same." Because you know how somebody looks a certain way on social media, but then you talk to them and it's completely different. But it's real, bro. I can feel it.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's the energy in me, because I am a physical being, or I'm an energy being, excuse me, having a physical experience. So, I'm the voice that's when I don't speak, I hear in my body, you know what I mean? The inside voice. And some people don't got that. And I've discovered that as well. You know what I mean? And as much as I want to be like, yo, bro, what's popping and all that, I want people to also understand that I'm serious about business. I'm serious about making money, but I'm serious about mindset first and foremost, because you cannot do anything if your mind ain't right, if your body ain't right, you know what I mean? If your health ain't right. And, people be like, man, you sound motivationally, or you know what I mean? And I used to think that, right? I would listen to a lot of motivation, inspiration, but in one ear and out the other is because I wasn't on that level. I wasn't on that frequency. I wasn't on that understanding. I was just me, 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 me. And when I stopped being me, me, me and started giving back, and I don't mean giving your last dollar or helping your uncle buy a beer or, giving no time that you don't have. If you're failing, you're not taking care of yourself. And until you realize that when you're failing, you have to stop looking outward for people to help you and start looking inward of what's going on inside you. Once you fix you, everything else is your natural flow. Feel the energy of the day. You know what I mean? So
Dude, let's go. Let's go. And I'm super pumped. We're gonna get into all of that, bro. And
yeah.
like today, present day Edward, bro, he's a family man. He's got an amazing business. He's killing it on social media. And we're
Yep.
gonna get to that, man. But Edward, when you were younger, man, like who were you in high school? Who was Edward in high school?
I sold a lot of weight. I sexually active. I didn't care what I did. I had a dangerous path, and in my wake, I destroyed a lot of lives by making people chemically dependent on drugs by being that way. But it taught me about business. The takeaway and a positive, because anytime you come into a negative situation or trauma or anything like that, you always got to find the good side of things. And so I would say through all my experiences, the one main thing that I did to get me through that childhood trauma of, selling dope, chasing women, alcoholism, fighting, home invasions, gang affiliation. If I haven't named it all, that's what it was. And really understanding that I had a product and learning how to move that product is really how I understand business today. It ain't no different. And that's kind of like the message of today is people think business is some magical thing because the institutions of school and college have geared you to clock in on time and stay linear and don't go outside of this. And grades are all made to test you and make you forget about what it really takes. Simple math, reading and writing. You can be a business owner. It doesn't require a degree, right? And so people get distracted by all these things from institutions, and I'll go back and forth, bro. So like, I'm not just gonna be like, oh, when I was a kid, I grew up and da 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 da. I'm gonna tell you how it affected me and how it affects me now and how I come to the understanding, right?
Yeah, no, dude, and I love it, bro. This
Yeah,
is your space, bro. This is like
for
your
sure,
platform.
for
Let's
sure.
go. And I love that answer. And I love what you mentioned there too about how drugs kind of teach you about business. Because I have a mentor. I grew up in Jersey City here, which is kind of
Yeah.
rough. And I
Hell
always had
yeah.
a mentor in school, which was similar to you, bro. His energy was insane, and he was
Yep.
always trying to motivate us. And he came
Yep.
from a background similar to yours. And
Yep.
those people are the best at teaching because they went through it. But one
Yeah.
thing he would always say is like, listen, if you're selling drugs right now, if you're doing whatever, you already have the business skills, right? You're just selling the wrong product.
Yep.
So
100%.
you get the right product or the right service in your hand that's legal, and you're gonna fucking outwork everybody else, bro. You have the skills. What do you
Exactly.
think about
And
that?
that's what I'll tell everybody. Stop right there. I got to interrupt. That's
Yep,
what the Realionaire Collective is that I'm launching. My time is valuable. Thousands of people. I had 1.5 million views last month, and like over what, almost a million comments. You know what I mean? So
wow,
like when you understand how busy I am with that, that's why I created the Realionaire Collective. And what the Realionaire Collective is, bro, not only, my book, Broke to Ballin' on Amazon if you want it. It's a 40-minute read. I made it simple. I made it big. And I'm actually going to read from this, if you don't mind, just so
of
people
course.
can get a taste and a dose of what it is. But the point is, I wrote a 40-minute book that I'm basically giving away. That's a roadmap to understanding. But it doesn't matter if I give you a roadmap. It doesn't matter if I hold your hand and walk you to where you need to get your license for whatever business it is, because it only requires money. What you have to understand is that, and I've factually proven this, and I have multiple people that can tell you that I've taught them. Okay. If you ain't willing to fucking work hard, it ain't going to happen. If you ain't willing to get up every day and go do it, and here's the motivation, right? Here is the God's honest truth, right? From a hustler to another hustler, because I can see you got the energy. If you ain't willing to wake up every day and forget the external distractions and really put your intent forward of what it is that makes Emmanuel or Eddie happy, it doesn't matter. If you're not happy and you're not filled with joy and you're not making it a point to do what it is that makes you happy or that makes you drive, you're not going to get it. Most people talk about ideas, right? You've heard that saying. There's
All
only
the
a
time.
select few that really put action into it. So what do I have to do? I have to create this Realionaire Collective, right? When there's a wait list, I mean, I'm pretty impressed by the wait list, because I can only so many people at a time. But the point being is they want to come on. But the first thing I'm going to tell them is if you ain't willing to work hard, don't waste your money with me. Because I don't do it for the money. I do it because every time I watch a guy like my cousin HD Landscape killing it, or Emmanuel from Nueva Era, or I mean, I just can keep going, but I'm not gonna. The point being is that these fools they call me regularly Christian. He's 21 years old, bro, and making more money than most 21 years old. Don't have a degree, and he calls me randomly, and he's just like, "Hey, bro, I'm doing this." Shows his FaceTime camera, and like, "What do I do? Like, what would you do?" And then I tell him, and then he comes back when it's done. He's like, "Bro, I did it just like you said, and it worked, and I made 10 grand." It's like
Let's
you
go.
don't even understand how empowering for me that is to see a 21-year-old kid who's going to be way beyond me, when he gets to my age, he's going to be retired. And what do I get out of that? The joy of teaching somebody how to make that money, because I know that I have kids and eventually he's going to grow up and have kids, and he's going to make the world a better place compared to me giving him a dope sack and them being tweakers and going and robbing shit and robbing cars and da 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 da. So, right, yin and yang, there's a difference. There is a line, in what side of the line do you
Yep.
want to be on? And all it really requires is your energy and willingness to focus on you in your mindset to make you better, to go get the things you want. It's easy to own a business. It's easy to run a business. It's easy to make money. It's not easy when you go clock in and you're on limited hours and things like that. You know what I mean? And you can only do so much, and there's people above you. I mean, Kanye West said it best. You got your doctors, you got your doctors. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm going to do when I die? They're going to bury me with my certificates. I don't know if you've ever listened to that, but it's his first album and you're young. So, but if you go listen to that, raw facts on his whole album, and that's probably one of my favorite albums.
Dude,
Fact.
I'm gonna listen to that. Yeah, somebody put me onto DMX's old stuff, and I
Yeah.
found it to be very, very freaking like fire, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
things that didn't really go that viral.
Yeah.
What's the name of the fucking song?
Dun,
Fuck.
dun, 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 dun. Got
You sound like him too. You make
one
that.
more move to make. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
dude, yeah, a lot of their stuff is like that's amazing music that doesn't come out. So I'll definitely give it a listen for sure, man. And real quick, going right back on that, Ed, you mentioned that that Billionaires Collective, right? That's what it's called. Is that a community
A
or is it
Realionaire Collective, real person, millionaire mindset.
Realionaire? Boom. Let's go. There it is. And so Ed, tell us more about that. How can people get access to that? What's the best way to join and
So
get
you
access?
see the videos that I've been posting, and then I'll say, hey, just type boom. And then when you type boom, I'll send you the information to get on the wait list. But that doesn't mean you get in. You know what I mean? And I want to help everybody, but I don't want to help everybody like get a million people in there just so I can make $1 million. I want to genuinely help people because when you help people, bro, they're going to pour back into you. And if you just understand that, then it just goes like that. And then people are like, but you got the money to do it, or you got the means to do it, bro. I did hair. I didn't even know how to do landscape. I was born in the projects. Like it was all concrete. We didn't have grass. No, they didn't come and mow the lawn and hedge the bushes and put pavers in and fountains. Like I didn't grow up with that. You know what I mean? I didn't understand that way of living until I was 30 years old, bro. I've only been doing this a decade. I've only been doing social media for 3 years because somebody told me I should because I'm fucking dope, right? So it's not like I've been doing all this like other influencers that they might have 100,000, but I know that they're paying for their followers because now that I understand social media, you can go look and everybody's from India and China and, and their comments are empty. You really look at my stuff, and that's what you have to understand about social media. And this is game for you, young king, is when you understand that when people are commenting or talking to you or whatever, bro, the algorithm sees that. But when you pay for that, you're never going to go anywhere. You look big, but you're not really talking to people. I'm capturing
Yeah,
90% of my audience. So like every day, my numbers are crazy, bro. And what is it? It's because I'm really telling you what I'm doing. I'm really showing you what I'm doing. I'm really telling you, hey, this is what you got to do. And, like I said, people will push back, but we don't got time for that. So when you get big, because I know you will, because you got that energy, but you
Mhm.
definitely need to put some signage behind you. So a good company to go look at is some good friends of mine. They're called L Podcast. They follow me. They gave me an opportunity to get on their show. I think I was one of the first, guys or whatever. But you go look at them, bro, from before and now, and you'll see how they've changed their designs and how they're doing it, and they're consistent. And on the side, you can even join the collective, and I'll teach you more about what it is. I can't. That's another thing. Like, I can't sit here and in 45 minutes or an hour or 10 hours, whatever we do, I couldn't give you all the game even if I wanted to.
Yeah,
I
nah, for sure, for
Part of it
sure.
is time and experience, and you got to get to it. There's levels. So I've created 9 levels within my Realionaire Collective, and you'll get rewards for getting to those levels. And then the last level is me actually coming out and job walking and talking and doing social media and teaching you how I do it from actually being there. And
I've been there too. That's sick, bro. Yeah,
yeah,
most people just do a course, but you actually fucking show up
yeah,
on the job site. You get access to Ed. He's gonna look at it. Damn, that's awesome, bro. Yeah,
just
anybody that's
having
listening, man.
access to me is
Yeah, give
amazing.
at it.
Because I mean, and I realized that, dude, I had to do this. I was giving this away, and it just consumes my time. And so it's like I didn't want people to pay me to do these things because I just want to help everybody. But I have to collect some money because it takes money to do this. All the things that I'm
Exactly.
giving away,
Plus,
and
your time is valuable. Yeah, your time is valuable, and when somebody pays, they pay attention. So if you really believe that you can reach out to somebody like Ed that's gonna spend time with you, you gotta pay for that fucking time, bro. You're not
100%.
just spending time with a regular fucking person. This
No.
that's Edward, bro.
Yeah.
Like this
And
is
the only
something deep.
reason I don't do it for you is because I know you're beginning, and I know one day you'll get there and you'll be like, dude,
Exactly. Yeah, for sure, man. But having you on here, bro, is enough for me, bro. And I know that I'll work my way up. Dude, I'm gonna take a fucking flight. I'm calling you right now, bro. I'm gonna be taking a flight out there. You're gonna
yep.
have one of your events. I'm gonna shake your fucking hand and we're gonna make a reel together. Yo, I'm here with my boy Ed. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do all that shit, bro.
Too, bro. Like I'm in Virginia. I was in Atlanta, Kentucky,
Oh
California.
wow. So you've been
I move around, bro. Vegas a bunch of times.
yeah.
And I'm promoting. So, like, let me tell you what I do, what business. So, I own RTG, Relevant the Group. I'm a consultant, right? I have a consulting company, so I consult businesses. But these are separate from service industry. These are corporate. Like I represent a revolutionary product, which I don't want to talk about it, but I will later, not right now,
Mhm.
because I got
Right.
contracts and disclosures and shit like that, so non-disclosures and things, real business shit, so other people believe in me, but not for putting me as their face of their company, but more on the backside because they know I'm a shark. I'm in there,
True,
I
yeah.
you know what I mean? I sell products and I'm solving a $1.2 trillion problem with that product. So I can't talk about it
Whoa.
because it's military, right? On another, so that's RTG, relevant to group. I'm also helping minority businesses. If you're watching my timeline, I went to public meetings and I'm helping minority businesses that ask me to come and speak on their behalf because of the way I move and my energy and my influence, which is really cool because, I feel humbled to be asked that, right? And then I own the Realionaire Collective. I'm an influencer. I own Mainstream Landscape, and I'm a published author. You know what I mean? And I'm on my
Let's go.
second. So, but I'm not like, if this was me back in the old day, I'd be like, I'm the shit. Look at my shit. Look at my Rolly. Look at my cars. And, but now it's more like, this is how I learned it. When I did hair, I wore suits and I owned the salon, right? And every day I was broken and broke because I had drug problem, no funds, but I owned the business. So for face value, I looked dope. But on the backside, I'm slanging dope and, getting caught up and, doing stupid shit. Now I dress like a bum, right? I wear boots, dirty. I wear Dickies every day. I'm dirty. I'm a landscaper, and I go to events and I go do things where people don't know me, secretly. And I see people that got the money, and they look at me and they look away or go do their own thing or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
then we leave and they see me take my hoodie off and, I got all my diamonds and my rollies and everything, and I'm getting in my $85,000 brand new truck. And, they're like, I should have talked to that guy. I see those moments, you know what I mean? But I'm not there for them. They're selfish people. They're stingy people. I'm there for people that like I could bring the dude at the bottom and make him pass everybody up. And that makes me feel good inside because those guys are at the bottom, they just need a little bit. And
Yeah, bro, and
you
you
know,
provide that, yeah, man.
you know what I mean? They just need a little bit. And once you give them a little, like you, bro, after this conversation, I galvanize the lives of the people in my proximity. You're in my proximity now, even though you're 2,000 miles away or whatever it is. The point being is that you reached out to me. You're willing to make that step. I remember when I had 2,000 followers, bro, and I would reach out and no response and no,
Yeah,
I don't ever do it because being authentic is responding to everybody. Unless it's a negative, then I don't got time for that, right? You know what
right.
I mean? I won't respond to negative at all. But if you were to go through my DMs, you'd be like, and here's the crazy thing: like people don't even get this. Let's just get away from mainstream landscape or business or making money or talking about how to make money.
Yep.
People that come into my DMs, bro, the reason I have my energy is because people come into DMs and be like, "Yo, my wife just left me. Yo, my husband just left me. Yo, my daughter just died. Yo, my son just blew his head off and I found him. Yo, I just,
Wow.
like it's not like what you think, like everything is all flowers and rainbows in those DMs. People need somebody to talk to. And I've established this influence or this social media type of understanding where I'm not like, yeah, I got Rolexes, bro, but and I got diamonds and I got money. I'm a 7-figure company. I've been doing this a long time. I do great, but it's not the money because those things tell me that because people come and talk to me and they're like, bro, you saw what I posted on my timeline. That dude came in. I've been knowing that dude for a minute. He's actually one of the first followers I ever had. And I taught him how to build a wall. And if you read the messages of what he wrote, bro,
Wow,
it
bro.
was like, bro, I just divorced my wife. She was killing me with her negative energy. You helped me build the wall, but you were building me up. Like people don't tell me that all the time, but there are those times that come and it's just like, I'm human, bro. Like that shit fills me up. That's what I do it for. That's what I'm here for. So then we're skipping, right? So then I wrote the book because I was like, okay, if you're not going to watch me for some reason, right?
Mhm.
Let me write a book that basically costs next to nothing. And if you get that book, it's going to empower you. It's going to not empower you in a way like, hey, bro, I have the recipe. I do have the recipe for business. But what they don't teach in school is like, okay, go to City Hall. That's where your license is. People don't even know that. Did you know that?
I know that for HVAC you have to pull licenses, but I didn't know for landscaping you had to do that too.
Right.
Well,
And I mean, it varies from each city, but the simple
okay.
point is you go to an inner city school, you know what I mean? Black, Mexican, even white boys, you know what I mean? And you
Mhm.
go there and you say, hey, bro, where do you go get a business license? They're going to say something like college or,
Oh,
you
what the
know,
fuck?
the community college. They don't even understand that. No, bro, you go to City Hall. You know what I mean? You go to City Hall and you say, unless you're a plumber or an electrician, everything else is just a regular license. I went and paid $150, my last $150 to get my landscape license so that I could start doing business that day with no experience, right? Like I just walked in with $200 and I said, what is a business that I can own that I could start doing today? And they said, well, you could start mowing lawns. And I said, how much? And they said, 150. And I gave them the money and I was a landscaper, you know? Exactly. And that's kind of just how it all started, bro. And but people don't know that. And in the first page of the book, it's not like a chapter of 100 pages. The whole book is 75 because the minimum was 75 pages to become a published author. But there's pages that just have a picture on it to open your mind. You know what I mean? But the
Dude.
chapter 1 is a page and a half. And you'll already know that you need insurance. You can go get your license at City Hall, and an LLC costs you $150 on rocketlawyer.com. You know what I mean? And you're a business and you're in business. You literally, and then the next chapter is like, how do you generate money? What I did, and it's exactly what I did. So I'm not telling you anything that didn't work because I can prove it with my material things to show you, right? But the second thing I did was I built 500 flyers and I went and hung them on the doors. But I did them for like, so if you think like, let's say 500 square foot driveway, just I'll give you an example. And the example's in the book. I literally teach you how to go start making, 10,000 a month instantly. And instead of wasting 30 days at clocking in for 8 hours, 5 days a week, I teach you how to make $10,000 or close to that based on your efforts in doing it in a week, 7 days. So now what do you have time to do in the other 21 days of the month or whatever? You can figure out how to make more money, right? But here's the example. If I tell you go put 500 flyers out and for 500 square feet,
Mhm.
it costs $150 to pressure wash it. So that's like a 2-car driveway, right? That's what 500 square feet roughly is. And that's not even 500 square feet. That's probably more like 8 times 12, 8 times 2 is 16, 1. That's like 96. It's like 200 square feet for $150, right? You think it's nothing. But now you've created a client, you've created confidence, you have opportunity to wash their house, wash their roof, clean their back patios. So even though you think like I'm just making a little money, let's just say you only did the 500 and you only charged the 150, but you got 10 of those clients. It only takes you fucking 30 minutes to do that, right? If you have a surface cleaner, it takes you 30 minutes. So 30
Something.
times 10 is what, 3 hours? What's 30 times 10? Two in an hour? Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. So in 5 hours, 150 times 5 or times 10 is what? 1150. Yeah, 1500. Right. Sorry. Yeah. So I mean, you make 1500 in 5 hours.
Yeah, dude, yeah. And most people work 8 hour days and they don't make like
They
few
make
people
80
make over
bucks. 80
$150.
bucks.
Yeah.
120, 140, like the average rate, right? So that's why I wrote the book, bro. That's why I
Dude,
wrote the book. Okay.
guys, go get the
You
book.
get the
Go get the
book,
book,
it's
guys.
going to give you that simple little quickness to get you just going, right? People think they need like, here's the hurdle. Here's what I struggled with, and here's the hurdle. Oh, I need a wheelbarrow. I need a weed eater. I need a truck. I need a trailer. I need, and all those walls start to compound and get higher and taller and hurdles. And it's like, no, you don't need. You're just 1 foot in front of the other. You're just
Dude,
one
yeah.
foot in
In
front of.
fact, how do you feel about that? Because most people they have the same mindset, right? They, oh, I gotta go buy a new truck, I gotta go buy this, and that before they even make any money. So I like I had a mentor that he mentioned that focus on making money before you even buy anything.
Yep.
So and what you mentioned there is you can do that, right? Like for example, if you went and door knocked or put up door hangers and people call you and you tell them a price, you can literally that same week after you close them, go buy the equipment and then the following week you go and serve them.
Yeah. If they give you a deposit, like it's like that as well. So before we get into the focus on money, bro, what I want you to really understand is like people give shit away free all the time. I went on Craigslist free,
Mm.
Facebook free,
And
um,
what were you getting for free?
a rake, a wheelbarrow, a
Mm.
gun for a pressure washer, a hose for a pressure washer, just a regular water hose. So people don't understand that the world is full of people throwing shit away that has value, right? One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Correct.
I mean,
Yeah.
when you really are at coming out of being homeless and you can only go up, everything is a bonus to you. And that's the mindset of scarcity, right? Like when you don't have it, you got to figure out how to get it. So you're not going to say, oh, before I can get this, I have to have all these things because that's fucking impossible, right? And people don't fill their mind up with positivity in those things unless you have nothing, right? Why do you think you go up to the homeless guy and he's like, man, thanks for this? Or like he's just super grateful because even just a conversation to somebody that don't have anything makes their day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you leave with that, so positive and negative. When people are talking and thinking about things, they're not really in a positive space. Most people are filling their brain up with negative scenarios and situations. And you know this because we do it too. And I minimize that because I'm conscious mind. So I really try to think about positive situations in my brain. But most people will not tell you that most of the things that take over because it's like motion into it. Like you got to move into positivity. Negativity is just there, but you got to move into positivity. And so, how do you do that when you're always thinking about, man, I got to get here, this timing, I'm not making enough money, this bill's coming, my kid needs this, or whatever the situation is, you know? Um, and also, another thing, people get too excited about jumping into something big, and that's where you lose everything and then you got to reset. You know what I mean? You can't get too big too fast. And that's what I told you about the time to get to places. You know what I mean? Even if I gave you the roadmap, it still takes patience. It still takes time. So let's go back to that flyer because I'm jumping all over the place. The
Yep. Yep.
flyer is this confidence builder, more opportunities from that same home to do more work. You get to have a review. Reviews are important online, right? And
100%.
you can repeat the business or have a referral to a friend. So, like, if you were to lay it out, like if I'm a new person trying to go into business, I'm building the flyer, I'm doing the inexpensive so I'm breaking even or making a little bit of money, which that's more money than you've ever made. So let's just keep it real right there. Um, you're getting confidence, you're getting the review, and you're getting referral or repeat business. If you run that, that's the system. That's it. You're done.
Man,
You
yeah.
need,
And you
you
know
need
what? For a beginner landscaper that just went through those whole steps, somebody that actually took action and implemented, when they're small like that, do you also recommend them to add on other services like pressure washing, roof
100%.
cleaning, all
Yeah, I
those
do
things like
gutter
that?
cleanings and hanging up Christmas lights in the winter. You know what I mean? But I've since have got away from that. Now I do like de-icing and salting because I have bigger vehicles and I move the shit.
Right.
And so it becomes bigger jobs, bigger money. So it is what it is. But when you're little, you don't have no overhead. You make all profit. When you get big like me, you start to have overhead. So it takes away from your profits. And the more you want to grow, the more money you got to put in. It's not like you make more money. You know what I mean? You start to get to a point where it's like, man, it was almost better to just have this many guys instead of doubling. And like now you paying double the gas, double the
Dude,
rental if
yeah.
you don't have the equipment, blah, blah, blah. And all that I'll teach more in the Realionaire, but I can just go on forever about how to scale your business and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but dude, I love the fact that you broke that down though, and it's literally that simple. And you're so real, bro, because you wrote a book and you chose to make it the least amount of pages possible to make it as simple as possible for anybody.
Yeah. And when
Dude,
you read it, you'll understand. So I'm going to read it. Can I read to you a little bit?
yeah, yeah, go ahead, man. Let's do it.
I'm just going to read the introduction, you know. So here's the first page for those of you watching today, and thank you, Emmanuel, for having me on. I really do appreciate it,
Of
bro.
course, man.
It brings love to me. You're helping people grow by helping me grow, right?
Absolutely.
And in
Let's go.
return, we help you grow. You know what I mean? So first page.
I wrote that's it. I wrote this for you.
Did you,
That's
here's
one page?
here's another page.
Bruh.
I'm trying to tell you, and then the game. You know, here's the next page, just so you can see it.
Bro, anybody that doesn't read this book is like, what the fuck, bro?
Exactly. So here's one thing: you can have all the knowledge you want, but without action, knowledge has no power. Knowledge plus action equals power. Page one. And because I love you. And then it's that simple.
Let's go.
Big words, double space, like a first grader could read this. You know what I mean?
And become a
So
millionaire.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm making them. I'm creating, but it's not about the money. Remember that.
Exactly,
Always
exactly.
about the energy. It's always about the energy. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to start with my backstory, bro, and I'm just going to read through this. This is the longest part of the book, just so you know. Okay. So, introduction, the backstory. And for those of you who are listening, please listen with an open heart and an open mind. I mean, literally close your eyes and really take this in, because this is my life. You know, this isn't just like I'm reading a book or writing a book. Part of this is my life. Part of this, I was in places that people don't come out of, and a lot of them, you know what I mean? And I know this because my cousins and family, you know, I come from 200. They're all gang members in different situations, drug addicts, alcoholics, in prison now. Some just got out after doing 25, 20 years. Like
Wow.
I have it all, bro. Right? Okay. So the backstory. What's good, loved ones? I would like to introduce myself. My name is Eddie. I am going to start with the why I wrote this book. I wrote this book in hopes that it would give people the opportunity to let their light shine, to perhaps move forward in their already success, or break the chains of being born into a family that may not provide the best opportunity for one's success. This was me. I figured it out. What is the it you say? How to get ahead in life. And this is where I share that with you. I am a regular guy with a struggle story that started from the bottom. I've done it all, from drug dealing to drug use, fast women, running with gangs, and even being homeless. I have been through the fire and arrived in the water, where the flow of less resistance is ultimately the best for my situation. Now, I'm not going to go on and on about poor me, but rather tell you it all changed when I decided to change me. It was that simple. I stopped focusing on what everyone thought, spoke, and believed they knew about me. People's opinions had no more power over me. This is the pact I made to myself. The only power was positivity. Easier said than done when being raised around all negativity all the time. That's what poverty feels like. It makes you want that kid's Nike shoes, or that high schooler's car, or to go to that college at a name brand school, or even just that kid's parents. A lot of that going on. My focus was not on myself, but rather the world. That was all materialistic thoughts. That was all envy and jealousy and a negative vibe. I didn't realize that looking internally could empower me beyond what the world could give me. I want you to have my success now or even better. Excuse me. I want you to have my success now or even better. That is my mission, to make the world a better place for future of families. I started to look inward and isolate myself, and I gave myself a goal. I told myself, I am going to start a business and for 5 years do nothing but focus on what it takes to make my business successful. And so the journey began. I knew in that moment of that decision that no one was going to stop me or stand in my way. When I decided to go for it, it was the best decision of my life. I've seen people come on and help me, and I've seen people fall off with hate on their heart. I've seen people be jealous of my success and people overwhelmed with joy for me. So, see, no matter what there is, no matter what, there is always two sides. Always. Through the time of it all, I would and still remain a G. Authentic, full of love and motivation, with big smiles, hugs, gratefulness, and joy in my heart. This is what success really is, which is also mindset. Think about real successful people. What they talk about is energy and mindset. When you find yourself talking like that, that is when your cup is really half full, not half empty. There's levels to being enlightened. When the cup is full, then and only then you realize the journey. I am sure you have heard this, but if not, here's a gem. The past is the past. The future is not promised. The gift is now, and that is why it is called the present. Let's break the word down present. Now, alive, conscious of one's breath, thinking. This is how I define present. Live in the moment, knowing joy. You can always find the good in the bad, and it takes both good and bad, because with no bad, there is no good. Hence, yin yang, and we ain't talking about them twins. What? Okay. Let's get it started. We arrive now to the reading. Open your minds, open your heart. You have to trust people. All people are not bad people. More importantly, trust your intuition. Money is not the root of all evil, but creates the doors of opportunity. Stick to your gut, be nice, face your fears, and go hard. With all the love I have for you, I send you love and positivity. Thank you for your support. I hope this helps you to be the person you are searching for. Don't be afraid. So that's the beginning.
Let's
Bro.
go, bro.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just like from me to you. And then here's chapter one, just so you see it. One, two, done.
Done.
See what I mean? So, chapter one, you will be a licensed business after you read 1.5 pages with action. You will not be a business just by reading the book. You have to go and engage. You have to go to City Hall with some money and purchase the license for whatever service. This is for service industry too. I'm not talking corporate or being a shoe company or I mean, it works the same. All business is the same, but I'm not talking about Fortune 500s. I'm talking about you doing a podcast or what it takes for you to. I mean, something like this, you have no overhead. Really, it just
Right.
takes you doing it.
But
But
the
the overhead
landscape
you would have,
or HVAC or any home service, really.
yep. But the stuff you would have, like I'll give you an example. Like, okay, that's branding on the wall, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then this is branding, right? So all those things that is like, okay, you have no overhead. That's a lie. The ring light cost me money. That sign cost me money to make. These signs on the wall, affirmations, they cost money to make. So like for you, I'm throwing this on whatever you're doing. And that's why I told you to go look at L podcast before and after, because after I went on and talked to them, they were like, okay, if you want to be taken serious by guys like me, well, not like me, because I'm kind of unique and authentic and like I don't really care how big I am. I'll talk to the guy that has no followers. You know what I mean? I'll go see the guy that has 100 followers because I'm not. That's one thing about me. Like I never will put myself above people. You know what I mean? No matter what level I'm on, I'll be in a Bugatti, Ferrari. What's up, bro? You're on the side. Can I go for a ride? Yeah, let's go, bro. Let's go get a pop.
Dude,
I'll bring,
love it,
let's
bro.
go whip it. Let's go whip it. And, see, because I know what that does. What that does is I change the energy within them. I change their frequency. I let them know that they can. I'm truth to that. You know what I mean? I am the real American dream where I come from the struggle and I've tasted what it's like. Am I a billionaire? No, but do I plan to be? Yeah, by the end of 2025, because we can get into digital currency and I teach that as well. That's one thing I forgot to tell you. But
Dude,
I only want the best for people, bro. So, like for you, I need you to put behind you. I don't even remember. I can't even give you love right now, just if I'm being real with you, because I don't even remember what the name of your podcast is right now. And
yeah, the
that's
digital toolbox.
yeah, okay, cool.
If I would have had it, you definitely. I see
Yeah,
what you
I
mean.
can
You
be
would.
like, man, thank you, bro, Emmanuel. I appreciate you, with your digital toolbox, but I can't because I don't see it. And so, like, everybody knows who I am because I'm always repping. You know what I mean? I'm mainstream. People call me mainstream. You know what I mean? Even in my own town, people are starting to. The sergeant stopped me and talked to me, and the mayor knows who I am, and like everybody comes up to me in my town and is just like, they just want to talk to me, whatever that is, they just want to feel that energy, you know what I mean? Which is great. And
I
so,
understand.
yeah. And I know I beat that down, bro, but like once you have it, once you don't listen to like people that are motivation, like you gotta get up every day and you gotta believe in yourself. They're speaking to certain people. Certain people need to hear it like that. But like, I'm not one of those guys. You need to call Jose. He's called me back to back. I'm not one of
Is
those
that
guys.
you?
I don't get off on.
Listen to that?
Excuse me.
So
What?
do you listen to motivational videos, or you don't really need them
So
anymore?
I listen to Fearless Motivation. He's calling me, so it's probably gonna go to voicemail. I listen to Fearless Motivation on Spotify. There's a whole group of guys there. I don't even know who they are, their names or nothing. And I listen to some of that, and I make my kids listen to it, whatever. But the point that I'm trying to make, some people need to hear, get up, go. You got to not be a bitch, not be lazy. And some people hear that just be a good person and everything will work out for you. And that works for people. You know
Nice.
what I mean? And so like I get both sides of it, right? I get it. Mike Thomas, you know, he's up there and, you know, he's got God on his side and he's got a big sponsor of Nike that's putting all the lights up and everything like that, you know, but nobody will sit there and tell you when they're alone in their thoughts, like they think about other things. They're not that guy that's on stage, blah, blah, blah. And I never want to sacrifice that. I never want to feel like because I'm on stage or because I have money or because of this, that I sacrifice my peace. You know what I mean? And so the point that I'm trying to make is if there's anything I could give to you today, bro, like just from us or anybody watching too, hopefully, you know, you get a lot of people and a lot of people come and experience what it's like to really have a taste of Edward. Um, the most important thing I'll tell you is, yeah, I could teach you how to do business. Yeah, I could teach you how to make money, but I can't teach you how to love. And I can't teach you how to want to have that solid foundation of that family. But if you learn it through time, because that's something that you can't teach. Like you don't have kids, you don't understand. You know what I mean? I can't give you that, you know. But when you get there and you realize that those little eyes are watching you, because I'm on social media, but my kids watch. You know, my kid is all the high school kids are watching me. You know what I mean? It's not just like I'm teaching people that I don't know like you. Like people are watching me. You know
That's
what I
all for you
mean?
everywhere, yeah.
Yeah. So like, what am I gonna come on here and smoke a blunt? I smoke whatever, but I'm not gonna share that. You
Right.
know what I mean? That's my own personal thing. But so my point being is like, I have my demons too, but I just don't give as much power as I used to them. You know what I mean? I have things that I'm vulnerable about because real leadership is vulnerability, bro. I lead from the back. You know, if you look at me and you look at my guys, you don't know that I'm the owner. You think Betsy's the owner. You know what I mean? So then you ask, well, why do I have like somebody like her working for me? Well, bro, I've had to deal with racism in what I do, right? So if you want to get real, she is basically my white privilege to go to make people feel comfortable so that I can do an estimate and get the job. And if you tell me it's not real, I'm going to tell you you're a liar because I've closed more jobs since she's came to work for me, which she was also my client before. I've closed more jobs since she's come to work for me than I did previously. And I've had the same amount of years in business with and without, you know, something like
And you know what? Let's talk about that too, because Betty's a great person. I can already tell, and I can tell that she does a lot for you,
that.
including your
Yep.
technology and
Yep.
just keeping things sane.
Yep.
How important is it to have somebody like that in your
Well, I have
business?
multiple of those. She's like my personal assistant, if you will. And then I
Mm-hmm.
have, you know, my payroll, my accounting, and
Yep.
my attorney, who's my partner. So like you see me, but I have people in place that help me be who I am, you know, and
Right.
that goes back to what I wrote in the book about. I had a lot of trust issues growing up. You know, I was abused as a child for many years, you know, a decade plus. And so, like, I had a lot of trust issues with people. Like, you know, so having this network of people that really love me and build me up, and I just pour back into them and they just keep it coming, bro. We're moving like a locomotive. And so, like, in the book, I say, here's some like affirmations that you've been told as a child, and I don't know if it's different for Puerto Ricans or Cubans, you know what I mean? But for Mexicans, you know, I grew up in my family saying money is the root of all evil. And if you notice in my book, I use that because that's the way for suppression to subconsciously take over your mind so that you feel like when you make money, that's a bad thing. I don't feel that way. I feel when I make money, it creates opportunities to help people. You see the difference
Exactly.
in the
That's what
thinking?
it is. Yeah.
The difference in the thinking. So when you start to understand, like if you think back in your childhood, how people used to talk to you that are poor or mind broken or not successful, they usually lead with a lot of negatives. Oh, I'm tired today, or oh, I don't want to go to work today, or oh, today's Monday. You know, every day's Monday for me, or every day's Saturday for me. I don't care what day it is, right? Because time is irrelevant. You know, there is no future. It's a lie. When you get to the future, it's the present. So how is it the future? Now you could plan for things to come, but you can't plan to be into the future because you're always present. And that's why you live conscious mind. That's why you live in the moment. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I can go on. Ask
Dude,
a
yeah,
question.
dude,
Ask a question. I know I'm
you know what?
captivating.
Because I want to be respectful of your time too, so I do want to get some closing thoughts on, man. I want to get your take on this. So, let's say that you were a landscaper again, right? Like, because you still are, but at the very beginning, You were just starting to bring in, maybe you have one or two guys, maybe you have one truck, two trucks. How do you take things to the next level? Like, let's say that you were started out the way you did, putting out flyers. How do you scale though? How do you take things to the next level?
So most people think about like, how do I make more money? How do I make more money? Right. And it's not about how you make more money. It's a because you're focusing on the money. You have to really be centered and focused in yourself, and everything will just flow to you. It's not about I want. There's plenty of money for everybody. There's plenty of abundance for everybody. But when you're just chasing that, like that's what you're chasing. But really, what you need to be like, if I was watching me, I would be somebody that's like, I have mentors. I have people that I've asked to help me. And now that I've helped so many people, it's like now I can help people because I've, the
You
master,
receive first.
the student, and now I've become the master, right? And that's where I'm at in my life. And so I would say this: if you see me and you like me, and if you're serious and you believe that you can be successful, you should join the Realionaire Collective. And although you have to pay to learn this game, it's guaranteed it's going to work because I am proof of that, right? I am proof of that.
Right.
It's not, I'm selling you to sell you. I don't care if you come or you don't come. What I will tell you is that it works because I do it. I'm not selling something I'm not doing. I'm selling what I'm doing, right? So that's what I'm basically doing. Like I can't tell you any different than that understanding. Now, what people forget to understand is that they're just driven to go chase money and get a job and make their business bigger, but they're not willing to be educated. When you get educated, and let's just jump back real quick. The way I learned my lessons is when I first started doing this a decade plus ago, I just started doing it. Nobody showed me, nobody taught me. I was doing everything by paper, whatever. And it wasn't until I was losing money and forgetting to show up to jobs because I didn't schedule it because I have a stack of papers, and that's scaling and integrating software. But I don't want to get into that. That's
Right.
what I'll teach. But it was the point of like, then I almost got sued and I had to fucking go unwind a job that lost 10 grand. That almost put me under. I learned from that. I don't have to go to school for 4 years to learn that. I learned it in instant, so now I'm teaching that. And so it like, and to drive traffic, you should have a website. It's like the yellow pages when you had phone books. You're too young, but we used to get phone books when I was a kid, and it had everybody's name and a number in there. And if you weren't in there, nobody was calling you. And if you were in there, then you were going to get a call. So today it's .coms, right? So these are things that I teach. But even if I tell you that, you don't understand how to do it, get it at a cut rate because you're going through me, and I'm hooking it up because people want to work with me, so I can give that to you once you come and learn. So I made a lot of mistakes where I didn't have mentors and people teaching me. And over the years, I've learned from those mistakes. And so I want to minimize those for you because the less mistakes you made, the faster you're going to get ahead and the more motivated you're going to be. So here's what I would say. You need to educate yourself. Instead of thinking like I need to go get a job or I need to figure this out, I have it all figured out. You just have to come and listen and get through the 9 levels. And hopefully you can make it to the 9th level, because once you're there, you're going to definitely be a 7-figure company plus. And the opportunity to meet me is the bonus of the whole thing. But this isn't like 1 through 9, like in 2 months, bro. It's a time and experience and what happened, and come back and tell me, and how did it work for you, and how do we tweak it? So that's what I mean by time.
And
But
what are the levels like? Like the 1 through 9. So when do you complete like level one? When do you complete level two? Like when
so
does it start to span out?
right. So it'll get harder. Obviously, there's only 9 levels. So this is over time, right? This isn't like I'm not going to do 100 levels this is 1 through
Hmm.
9. You should be able to like probably do it for at least 6 months to a year with me. So you're going to be paying for the education, right? That's where I quote unquote get you. But in the first 1 to 2 levels, you should be able to implement something that automatically will make you want to pay for that education, not like
Exactly.
I'm trying to sell you something. That's how my whole system is tailored. And so, like, what is that? See, other people will be like, hey, bro, just if you put this word on your website, this will help you. No, I'm going to tell you who builds a website, how to build a website, what it costs, and what it's going to do for you, and how long it'll take. And then, but that's at a higher level, right? The first stuff will be like, do you know how to estimate? Most people don't even know how to estimate, bro. And I have a simple figure that I will teach you one thing that'll help anybody do an estimate like that. Level 2, integrating software. I don't get paid to talk about this company's software, so I don't know if I'm going to use that company, but I won't unless they pay me. Then I'll recommend it to them. But definitely integrating software, because then it frees up hella time. You know what I mean? It frees up all your time to be able to focus on the work and make more money. So like I can keep going, and you get awards and stuff like that. It's not just like come in, do it and nothing. Like I'm really trying to give back so that I can show it, because I want to keep it going, right? I want to have another wave of people that I teach that, or keep them in there, or even
Yep.
make people be able to teach the people in there. It's a
Yep. And
collective.
that's a common thing. That's a
Yeah.
common thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like I have all the experience forever and ever. It's just I have a lot of it and I'll help you. And then you might be doing something that I'm telling you to do. And then you might say, but if you do this, this definitely works better. And I'm going to be like, oh, okay, cool. I'll learn from that. There's guys that join that are making millions and hoping to find something different, or just want to meet me. And maybe I'm not for them because they're already past my level. But those guys don't understand they can give back. And that's the part that they're missing inside. They leave because they're missing that part of like giving back. They're in competition. They're not working together. And then I have the guy that doesn't even have a landscape business or any service business. And he's like, hey, bro, I'm the little guy in the back. I'm new. How do I do this? And then I tell him, go to City Hall today and go pay that $150. And then, I might even research it and send him the link. He might not even have to go to City Hall. Just send him the link and then he buys it. And then he comes on the next thing and he's going to be like, dude, I'm a business. I'm in. And that dude's going to be more fired up than the millionaire dude just listening to me say something that he already has experience with. So he's already got it, right? You know everything. You can never learn anything. So that guy misses out. The little guy just is like fired up because I gave him one freaking grain of rice. And now he's willing to put the time in. That's Christian, bro. Christian is my guy. He's 21 and he's in Ashland. I've been knowing him for about a year and a half, dude. And I had him do a video for the Realionaire Collective of what his experience has been with me, bro. And I'll have to send you the video personally. So raw, so authentic, so young. You know what I mean? And now he's just fucking that fool just, and every time he talks to me, bro, he puts me up here, even though he knows I'm right here with him. He's always like, this is the Don, bro. He's that guy. And he's also like, look, bro, look. And when I go, but Christian, we're good here, right? And he said, all day, baby, all day. I'm just, and I was like, I get it. You're right. Don't let me take that from you, because sometimes you got to live in this matrix and we got to like kind of give way to that. So, which brings me to a point. So from the Realionaire Collective, bro, if you're not in it and if you got some little cheddar stuff, I'll give you mad game, even though I just give it to you. But it's better if you help me build that community.
Of course. No. I'm not taking out a handout, bro. Let's fucking get it. We'll talk about that.
For sure. Yeah. And then, so like for you have, right? Because now you're in it and people are going to join that. You might see somebody that is hella popular in there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, bro, you want to come on my podcast? So, people that don't do web design, they want to join the Realionaire Collective and learn how to develop their business. Now you also have guys in here that we can sell websites to, if you will.
Dude, hell yeah, bro.
All of it is business. It's networking. It's a collective. So see, I'm trying to give back, but I need something for my time, but I don't care about that. But it just comes naturally because I feel the flow of the day, right?
Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah, bro. And I love it. And I want to be respectful of your time. Edward, give us some last thoughts, man. Well, give us the word of the day. You mentioned one earlier about selling the wrong product for people that are selling drugs, but end that off for us here in a strong way for us, man.
In a strong way, I mean, I think that everything is impactful that I say. And if I had to end it in a strong way, it would be this, bro. Thank you for the opportunity for helping me grow. What you give to me is a platform for me to extend my frequency and my vibration to as many people as we can. And I know that you see my vibe as giving back and love and kindness and positivity. And that's what I want. And you telling me that and showing me that, bro. I mean, the only thing I can say is thank you, Toolbox. You know what I mean? Because you're giving me a boost and you're helping me be a better person and you're believing in me and you see my light and you see my growth. So this isn't for everybody, bro. This was for us today. Anybody watching can take it in and join all the things and learn all the things. But at the end of the day, if you're not willing to work hard and you're not really willing to do what it takes to be better and help yourself grow, you'll never be successful in anything. Husband, community service member, businessman, pastor, business, employee. If you're not willing to work hard every time you do something, it'll never work for you. But if you're willing to understand that people's opinions and what they say about you don't validate who you are, you validate who you are. So again, God, King, you're a great looking young man. You got all the time in the world. You got a positive vibe about you. Smile big all the time. I would say that because hard exteriors to people that don't understand us. So we smile to make them feel comfortable, because subconsciously when you smile, you give other people permission to do the same. So thank you, bro. I mean, I could spend all day with you, and I hope to meet you one day. And I do come out that way. So if I happen to be in your neighborhood, I definitely will be in Kentucky in October. And I know that's closer than coming to Oregon, because that's where I'm at.
1000%. Is that gonna be for the equipment expo?
Yeah. So I mean,
I just bought my ticket yesterday, baby. I
did you?
took your hand.
You should have waited for me. I plug you in. But anyway,
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah. So the point is, what I would recommend, and we could build up to this, I might have you come out there and interview different influencers for me with the
Dude,
Toolbox podcast.
let's
We kind
fucking
of
go,
figure
bro.
out the money we got to put in. We kind of see if we can get sponsors because of my influence to sponsor us. You come, you set up shop, we set up a nice spot. I pop in and out. You man the booth. We, podcast daily or whatever, me and you for an hour, but we get a lineup of people we want to interview, which I can do that for us because people listen to me that are of bigger influence. I'm the
Yep.
influencer's influencer. You know what I mean? I love all them.
1000%.
And I see all them, and I've had some of them break down on me too, and I've had some of them build me up, and I've had some of them forget about who I am, which they know damn well who I am. People stop the lines to talk to me, and it's not because of I can make them rich. It's because I'm God walking. We are created in His image, and I just want to give that back to the world. So that's an opportunity for you. Thinking about pop-up stuff and things that really bring your brand to life and co-brand with us, and L podcast probably come with us, and we can take turns and switch things out and just really create that energy that people want to be around. Right.
Yeah, 1000%, man. 1000%. And we'll talk about that too, man. Whatever I can do to add value, bro, I'm fucking doing it. And I bought my ticket already, so I'll be there no matter what, bro. And Ed, bro, thank you so much for your time today, man, being on this podcast. I gotta say, bro, you're like top three of the realest people I've ever had on this podcast.
Cool.
And bro, your energy is fucking contagious, bro. I fucking love it. Do not let these fucking and you're not like don't let these people bring you down, bro. Like you're different and you're authentic, bro. I fucking love it. Like
Yeah.
seriously, bro. And we're gonna shake hands one day, bro. I can't wait to get a fucking
I'll give
selfie
you a
with
big
you.
hug, bro. And it
Yes,
has to
sir.
be after 6 seconds when you hug somebody, because that's when you do an energy exchange. But just remember who you hug. You might not want their energy. You know what I mean? And
1000%,
so
man.
next time, bro, put a sign up. I need you to work.
Yes, yep, yeah.
I
And
need
I'm
to
gonna send you the picture just like they did. Yeah.
you. So, I need to really see where you're at. And then also, having a list of questions, which I'm sure Betsy ran that by you, but really getting to know somebody, if you really want to get the genuine out of them, you want to have a list of questions lined up and learn about them, especially if they're bigger people, bro, because people are doing a lot of things. I'm not just a landscaper, bro. I got multiple streams of revenue and different things that we can
Exactly.
talk about. But I really just want to talk about being a better person at the end of the day and being motivated and inspired. And really, those aren't the same thing. They're different. Inspired is something you love, and motivated is something you like, that you have passion for, but it eventually runs out. So you got to find the inspiration in things, man. So
Love it. Yeah, and you need that for any business that you run. Any of those multiple ones that you need to have that inspiration. You need to have that heart, man. So, dude, you're crushing it. And Ed, just in
so
case somebody wants to get in
I'm gonna
contact
go
with
talk to Equipment Expo and those guys over there, and I'm gonna see if they're gonna put us up.
you. Yeah, no, dude, for sure, bro. We'll talk about the hell yeah, man.
To be geared in that direction, bro, because I'm really going to bring you to life, just like those other guys. Go do your research on their podcast as well. That way you can see how they've changed, and they've really come a long way in a year, and they've really built it up. And in the collective, I'll teach you, should you join, about how to really build your platform in a different way, so where you watch my growth, You know what I mean?
1000%, bro. Hell yeah, man. And in case people want to get in contact with you, what's the best way for them to get to reach you?
Yeah, you can reach me directly at mainstream.landscape on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or hit my mainstreamlandscape.com. You can go get my book on Amazon, Broke to Ballin. If you get it, please leave me an honest review, hopefully a 5 star. And if you have any questions after you get the book, I'm happy to help. I'm a wealth of knowledge. And we're a quality company and a confident choice, so just keep watching. And authentic hustle all day, baby. I'm here to give it back. And I love you, and I love the people, and keep believing in yourselves. And that's where I'm at, bro. That's where I ended it. I gotta freaking go work, bro. My phone's been
Bro,
blowing
let's go. And
up.
thank you so much for your time. Audience, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Go follow Ed everywhere. This guy's
Cool.
amazing, and you're gonna see him again. Stay tuned,
Yep,
guys.
I'm
Peace.
blowing up. Peace.